You didn't finish it. It was probably that essay due this Thursday. You planned to complete it, but then it was 3 in the morning, you had 2 pages left that you needed to write. Tell me if you've ever had this experience. You just finished a piece of media, something big, and it really just hit, like it moved you. Maybe it was a book or a comic. Maybe it was a TV show. If you're me, it was probably a video game. For reasons I'll explain later, it was probably not a movie unless you're my friend. But no matter what it was, you loved it. For whatever reason, you were seriously, moved by it in a way most media doesn't. Now, why do you think that is? It's not like even most media is gonna affect you like that. I'd probably wager that 99% of all media isn't gonna affect you like this. So why that one? Of all the shows you've watched, books you've read, games you've played, why this one? Let's talk about that. Now, okay, I just need to point something out before we keep going. I am not a psychologist. I'm going to be talking about one particular psychological phenomena that I find really cool in this video, but I am not a psychologist by any means. I am just a kid who's watched way too many freaking Daryl Talks Games videos and now thinks they understand psychological phenomena they probably don't. I'm also a kid who plays so many damn video games that they have had 5 instances of this experience happen to them. But first, some context. In roughly 2020, I think, this image started circulating on the interwebs. It's a simple image, a horse standing on a beach looking off into the distance. Then someone added the text to it, man. Now, I am really not the sort of person to just peruse new memes for the hell of it. The only reason I even know about this is because of those aforementioned Daryl Talks Games videos. But to me, it looks like the horse is standing on the edge of the ocean and just having a moment of peace, of zen calm, a moment of reflection, a moment in his life so important that he seems to stop in the middle of everything and just pause. For him to stop for just a second and just think, man. And henceforth, I will be referring to moments like this as man moments. Now back to video games, or TV shows, or books, or really whatever it is for you. But again, not movies. Why not movies? I'll get back to you on that. I know I said we're gonna go back to games, and we will in a moment, trust me. But first, I need to explain to you the Zeigarnik effect. You didn't finish it. About a month ago, you stopped doing it midway through. It didn't really matter to me. In the long run, it didn't matter at all. It was probably just folding your laundry. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe what you failed to complete was something more important. Actually, the more I think about it, it was probably that essay due this Thursday. You sat down with all your research, put on your music, grabbed your delicious steaming cup of coffee and decided, okay, today I am going to finish this essay. But then suddenly it was 3 in the morning, you had 2 pages left you had to write, and your friend texted you. He told you that there was a new episode of a show, and it was awesome. And your motivation was already kind of waning, so you just said, okay, I'll take a short break, I'll watch that episode, and then I'll get back to work. Then suddenly it was 6 a.m., you hadn't gotten any sleep, and you still had a test in 2 hours, and oh shit, that essay still isn't done, and now you have to stop putting it off. You remember that. I don't. I have no reason to remember that, but you. Oh, you. The Zeigarnik effect, discovered by the scientist Bloom Zeigarnik, is the idea that human brains need to complete stuff. You want to finish your favorite TV show. There's only 2 pages left in that essay. Your book is 3 chapters from completion. This damn Kaiser level is stressing me the hell out, but I need to finish it for some reason. That previous paragraph is still annoying me, even though I'm leaving this unfinished simply on purpose to show you what I'm talking about. You see what I mean? There was a study done that Daryl here keeps talking about, but I can't seem to find it to save my goddamn life, no matter how many resources I read, so someone can please point it out to me. Sorry, I believe I got a lot of control there. There was a study done, I think it was by Zeigarnik herself, and it goes something like this. A bunch of kids were given a project to work on, but while half of them were allowed to complete it, the other half were stopped midway through. When the interviewer asked them about it, the kids who finished it could only recall about 30%, while the kids who were stopped were able to recall closer to 80%. That's because the Zeigarnik effect. Human brains need to close loops. If the loop is left open, such as an essay that you're 2 pages from finishing, a TV show with 5 episodes left, that one game you've been trying to beat for ages, you want to finish it. And if you can't close it, it feels unsatisfying, and you keep thinking about it. Hey, wasn't this video supposed to be about gaming? Okay, so, man moments. This can apply to anything, as I said, other than movies, but again, I'll get back to that. But I'm going to be using gaming as the example, because I myself have had 5 instances of this exact thing happening, and they've all been with video games. So, promise not to laugh? Good. Then here they are. Undertale, Breath of the Wild, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, Tales of Symphonia, and Sonic and the Black Knight. See why I told you not to laugh? Now, these games are all pretty darn different. 2 of them are RPGs, 4 of them are some style of action game, 1 of them is a stealth action game, 1 of them is about a blue hedgehog, King Arthur, and chili dogs, 2 of them have black in the title, 2 of them have tail in the title, 1 of them has legend in the title, which I suppose is similar to tail. I could go on. If you made a Venn diagram of all 5 of these games, you'd be left with something that didn't have a whole ton of cross-section. Like, good stories, good music, and they took me a damn long time to finish all of them. Undertale, a friend bought for me as a birthday present, and, despite the game only being like 5 hours long, it somehow took me like 6 months to beat. Breath of the Wild came out when I was so young and bad at games that I got stuck on every single boss and took like a month off each time. Black Flag was just long and I was really busy during the time of my life when I first played it. Tales of Symphonia I got because a YouTube recommended it when I was 8. I didn't beat it until I was 15. And Black Knight I fell in love with, once again because of YouTube, when I was 5. I got it for Christmas when I was 6. I once again didn't finally beat it until I was 15. Now, nothing I'm about to say is from research. All of this is just pure conjecture based on personal experience. But my hypothesis is that through the Zeigarnik effect, your brain will start to value things that are taking longer for you to beat or that you take time off from finishing. And if you finally finish a game that's been on your back burner for ages, in my case for like 8 frickin' years, then you'll finally be left when you finish it with a man moment. If you binge through a game in a weekend, you might have fun doing it, but you probably won't have nearly as strong a memory for it 2 months later, and it certainly won't give you the kind of man moment we all crave. That's why this won't happen with movies. Movies are almost always opened and closed in a single sitting, so unless you're one of those weird people who takes like 2 weeks to finish a single movie, it's probably not going to give you a man moment because you just didn't spend all that long watching it. Whereas if you spend months to years thinking about a game on and off, then it's going to stick in your head longer. Months of math class doing nothing but thinking about Pokemon. Camping out in the countryside, fantasizing about what Mario's doing right now while he waits for someone to pick up the controller again and start playing. Getting home from practice and skipping a shower so you can play a little more Assassin's Creed before your parents force you to go to bed. All of those form a link in your mind between that game and what was happening in your life while you were playing it because you spent so damn long on it. And that's why, when you finish a game after months of tears shed, laughs had, scuffs enjoyed, screams echoed, and dimly lit basements illuminated only by a computer screen, you're just left to think,